You probably love Disneyland as much as I do. But have you ever wondered what happens behind the scenes? After years of exploring Walt's original park, talking with cast members, and nerding out on Disney history, I've uncovered insider secrets that most guests never hear. These aren't your run-of-the-mill tips. They're hidden rules and backstories that can change how you experience the park. I'll walk you through 10 secrets Disneyland actors don't want you to know. You'll learn why they gesture in a strange way, what happens when a child is lost, why character autographs look perfect every time, and even how a top-secret World War II program influenced Tomorrowland. Stick with me. You're about to see Disneyland through a whole new lens. Secret 1. The mysterious two-finger point. Have you ever noticed that Disneyland cast members never point with just one finger? When you ask a character attendant for directions to Space Mountain, they'll extend two fingers together or use an open palm. That's not random, it's a rule. In many cultures, pointing with a single index finger is considered rude or even offensive. To avoid offending anyone, Disney trains its cast members to gesture with two fingers, sometimes called the Disney point. The gesture is smooth, a bit theatrical, and feels like part of the performance. Once you know about it, you can't unsee it. Look closely at meet and greets, ride queues, and parades. You'll catch this little detail over and over. It's a small courtesy that quietly reinforces Disney's commitment to making every guest feel welcome. But there's more to this move than etiquette. The two-finger point also makes directions clearer. When a cast member uses two fingers or an open hand, it draws your eye along a wider path, helping you see the route more easily amid the crowds and decorations. Next time you're playing guide to someone at work, in the park, or anywhere else, try pointing with two fingers yourself. It feels a little magical and a lot more polite. Secret 2. Lost kids are called lost adults. Losing sight of your child, even for a second, can spike your adrenaline like a sudden drop on Splash Mountain. Disneyland actors are prepared for this scenario, and they handle it in a very specific way. If a child becomes separated from their family, cast members never call them a lost child. Instead, they refer to the situation as a lost adult. Why? Because children are often within earshot, and hearing that they are lost can be terrifying. The phrase lost adults shifts the focus and reassures the child that they are safe. It makes it sound like the grown-ups are the ones who need finding. Disney even trains actors on how to kneel down to the child's level, maintain eye contact, and use calm language to keep them relaxed until the family is reunited. Behind the scenes, there's a sophisticated system to reunite families quickly. Cast members discreetly radio each other with descriptions and coordinate through the park's security network. They may escort the child to a designated lost parent center, typically the baby care center, where snacks, coloring books, and soothing cast members help pass the time. Knowing this secret helps you appreciate the lengths Disney goes to maintain a stress-free environment. It's also a reminder to snap a quick photo of your child each morning so you can show cast members exactly what they're wearing if you ever need help. Secret 3. Character signatures aren't just scribbles. If you've ever compared Mickey Mouse autographs from different visits, you'll notice they look remarkably similar. That's because each performer undergoes signature training. Disney wants the autograph you receive from a character in California to look just like the one a guest receives in Tokyo. Actors practice the unique flourishes and curves of each character's signature for hours, so that every Mickey, Donald, or Elsa looks picture perfect. This is more than handwriting, it's part of preserving the character's brand. There's also a firm rule. Characters cannot sign any part of a guest's body. We all have that one uncle, am I right? That might seem obvious, but kids and even adults sometimes offer their arms or hands. Cast members must politely decline and encourage you to hand over a notebook, autograph book, hat, or piece of merchandise instead. Signing body parts could raise hygiene issues and create photos that Disney wouldn't want circulating online. Knowing this ahead of time can save awkward interactions and ensure you have a memento that won't wash away in the bath. The training doesn't stop at autographs. Performers also learn how to draw their characters' distinctive shapes quickly and how to interact with guests while signing. From gesturing to a camera to playfully reacting to a child's excitement. It all adds up to a consistent, delightful experience that feels real for the fan. Character signatures and grooming standards prove how many subtle rules actors follow, but what if I told you there's a master rulebook, a code of conduct so strict it even dictates which 3 words cast members are absolutely forbidden to say? It's all part of Disney's 5 Keys operating manual. Secret 4. The 5 keys and the words they cannot say. When you watch Disneyland actors interacting with guests, it's easy to forget they're following a very specific set of guidelines. These guidelines are known as the 5 keys: safety, courtesy, show, efficiency, and inclusion. They're the backbone of everything cast members do. Safety comes first. If there's any risk to a guest or performer, everything else pauses until that risk is addressed. Courtesy means greeting you with a smile and using friendly language. Show is about staying in character, maintaining the illusion, and never breaking the magic. Efficiency keeps the lines moving and the rides running on time, and inclusion ensures that every visitor, regardless of background or ability, feels welcomed and respected. One of the most interesting rules tied to these keys is a ban on the phrase, "I don't know." No matter what you ask, cast members are trained to either provide an answer or find someone who can. This avoids killing the mood and sends a signal that the guest's question is important. If a princess doesn't know the wait time for Haunted Mansion, she might say, "Why, that's a question for my friend the butler. Let's see what he thinks," allowing for another cast member to either answer the question or radio another cast member for assistance. The idea is to keep the story alive, sometimes with a whimsical spin, while still helping you. Staying in character is another pillar of the show. Characters won't answer questions about their personal lives or break into regular speech, even offstage. If you ask a cast member performing as Belle to talk about her audition process, she may simply giggle and tell you about her library instead. This performance discipline extends to voice, posture, and even eye contact. It ensures the line between fantasy and reality remains deliciously blurred. Secret 5. Cleanliness as choreography. The Swoop and Scoop. Have you ever marveled at how spotless Disneyland stays despite the thousands of churros, ice cream bars, and popcorn buckets sold each day? That cleanliness doesn't happen by accident. Cast members are drilled on a move called the Swoop and Scoop. When a piece of trash hits the ground, they don't stoop awkwardly or ignore it until the next sweep. Instead, they gracefully bend, scoop, and continue walking as if nothing happened. It's a simple motion, but it keeps the flow of foot traffic going and avoids distracting from the show. Part of the swoop's magic is that it's subtle. From a distance, you might think the cast member is adjusting their costume or reaching for something. Up close, you see the trash disappear as if by magic. The move ties back to the show and efficiency keys. The park must look pristine, and the performance must never pause. The next time you see a performer pick up a napkin without breaking stride, remember that you're watching choreography as intentional as any parade dance. The Swoop and Scoop is just one aspect of Disney's obsession with cleanliness. Trash cans are spaced with a 30-step rule in mind. You're practically within 30 feet from one of the park's more than 1,000 themed trash cans to encourage proper disposal. Cast members quietly signal custodial teams when they spot spills or sticky areas. Even at night, crews power wash walkways and repaint scuffed edges so that the park looks brand new every morning. It's a level of backstage care you don't see, but you feel the effects all day. Secret 6. The Disney look. Haircuts, mustaches, and hidden ink. When you see Disney characters in movies, they look immaculate. Disney's real actors are held to similarly exacting standards. There's a detailed dress and grooming code, often called the Disney look. Visible tattoos must be covered, unnatural hair colors and extreme hairstyles are forbidden. Jewelry is kept minimal and nail polish must be neutral. The most surprising part? For decades, male cast members weren't allowed to have facial hair. Starting in 1957, Disney banned long hair, beards, and mustaches on male employees, a rule that persisted until March 2000. Only after 43 years did the company allow mustaches, and even then, they had to be fully grown at the start of your shift and neatly trimmed. Beards were added later, but they're still subject to strict grooming guidelines. Disney's attention to appearance isn't just about looking neat, it's about continuity and brand image. When you take a photo with Prince Charming, You expect him to look like he stepped out of the film. The Dapper Dans on Main Street, USA have a look. Your PhotoPass photographer also has a look that is welcoming and friendly. For performers playing face characters, even makeup is carefully regulated to create a natural, wholesome look. While the dress code has softened a bit to accommodate natural hair textures and simple earrings, the core remains. If you want to be a Disney cast member, especially a character actor, you must be willing to transform into the character's idealized image, right down to your fingernails. Secret 7. Smellitizers and sensory storytelling. Your nose plays a big role in how you perceive Disneyland, and the park's designers know it. Throughout Main Street, USA and other areas, hidden devices called Smellitizers release specific scents to evoke emotions and memories. When you stroll by a bakery, the Smellitizers pump out warm vanilla and baked cookie aromas, even if nothing is being pulled from the oven. Near the popcorn carts, a buttery scent wafts through the air. In Pirates of the Caribbean, subtle machinery emits musty, salty notes that make you feel like you're genuinely sailing through a swamp. This technology isn't just a happy accident, it was a calculated invention. Developed in the 1980s by Disney Imagineer Bob McCarthy, the Smellitizer is a patented system that uses pressurized air to launch precise scent cannons up to 200 feet at the exact second a guest enters a scene. These aromas are so specific that Imagineers often test dozens of formulas, like the iconic Orange Groves or Salty Sea Breeze in Soarin', to ensure they don't just smell good, but real. Even the Haunted Mansion utilizes these machines to pump out notes of earthy cedar and decaying library books, ensuring the spooky atmosphere is felt before a single ghost appears. These scents do more than make you hungry, they anchor you in the story. Smell is our most nostalgic sense, and Disney uses that to its advantage. Once you know about Smellitizers, you'll start to notice them everywhere. Little puffs of fragrance timed to the story. It's another reminder that every sensory detail in the park is deliberate, designed to support the narrative and your happiness. We've seen how every detail, from smell to scenery, creates a beautiful, immediate fantasy. But not all of Disneyland's history is simple magic. Next, we're uncovering the uncomfortable truth behind one of Tomorrowland's most hopeful icons, a secret tied to a top-secret World War II program. Secret 8. The rocket built by a former... Wait, for real? One of Disneyland's most iconic structures isn't just a piece of theming, it's a glimpse into mid-20th century history. The TWA Moonliner is a sleek rocket that dominated Tomorrowland's skyline in the 1950s. It was designed with help from Wernher von Braun, a leading rocket scientist. Von Braun had been a German engineer during World War II. After the war, he and his team were secretly brought to the United States under Operation Paperclip, a program that recruited more than 1,500 German scientists, some of whom were former Nazi Party members. Von Braun helped develop Germany's V-2 rocket and later worked for the U.S. Army and NASA. His collaboration with Disney came in the mid-1950s when Walt wanted to popularize space travel and scientific literacy. On television, Von Braun appeared in Disney's Man in Space program, explaining rocket science in a digestible way. For Disneyland's Tomorrowland, he provided input on the Moonliner's design, making it look like a commercial space liner of the future. For visitors, it symbolized hope and progress. Knowing the rocket's real-world origins adds complexity. A beloved Disneyland icon traces back to a man whose career spanned wartime Germany and the U.S. space race. It's proof that even Disneyland's fantasies are rooted in the complicated realities of history. Secret 9. Backstage secrets, tunnels, and feline security. Disney's commitment to immersion doesn't stop at fancy costumes and magical scents. Much of the park's magic happens in places guests never see. While Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom famously features a network of underground utilidor tunnels that allow cast members to travel unseen, the idea originated at Disneyland. During the construction of Walt's first park, he noticed that seeing a cowboy from Frontierland walking through Tomorrowland broke the illusion. To fix that in Florida, he built the utilidor system. Disneyland's footprint in Anaheim didn't allow for an extensive tunnel network. However, there are still backstage corridors and basements near New Orleans Square and parts of Tomorrowland used for storage, waste removal, and cast member facilities. When an actor appears out of nowhere or seems to disappear into a wall, chances are they've slipped through a hidden doorway into this behind-the-scenes world. Speaking of behind the scenes, Disneyland has its own secret security team of sorts, and they're cats. Feral cats live on property to keep the rodent population under control. Disney provides feeding stations and spays or neuters these feline residents. By day, you might see one lounging in a shady corner. By night, they patrol the grounds, keeping hungry mice away from Mickey's kingdom. Cast members often know the cats by name and occasionally adopt the friendlier ones. It's a quiet, natural solution that fits right into the park's ecosystem. Next time you notice a sleek cat slinking near the Haunted Mansion or Rivers of America, smile. It's one of Disneyland's unsung guardians. Secret 10. Hidden codes, secret spaces, and hush-hush clubs. Disneyland is filled with code words and hidden areas that help cast members keep the show running smoothly. When something messy happens, they don't announce it over the PA. Instead, they use cryptic phrases. Code V means a protein spill, or in plain language, vomit. It alerts custodial teams to bring sawdust and cleaning supplies without alarming guests. White powder alert, or Code Grandma, signals that someone has scattered human ashes, often in the Haunted Mansion. In that situation, the ride stops, the remains are vacuumed up by specialists, and the lawbreakers may be escorted out. There's also a Code H, animal droppings. Code U for urine cleanup, and the number 82, used to discreetly describe a large or disruptive guest. Listening closely to a cast member's radio can reveal a whole secret language of these codes. Hidden spaces are another layer of secrecy. Above the Main Street fire station sits a small apartment where Walt Disney himself used to stay. During Disneyland's early years, Walt would spend nights there and signal his presence by leaving a lamp burning in the window. After he passed away, Disney kept the lamp on permanently as a tribute. Today, you can tour the apartment through a guided experience called Walt's Main Street Story, where you'll see his private bathroom, tiny kitchen, and personal photographs. It's a cozy reminder that Disneyland was once the home away from home for its creator. Then there's Club 33, the exclusive members-only club hidden in New Orleans Square. Disney actors and employees are notoriously tight-lipped about it. Membership reportedly costs tens of thousands of dollars, and there's a multi-year waiting list. The entrance is disguised as an unmarked door with a buzzer. Knowing it exists adds a touch of mystery to your stroll through New Orleans Square. There's a hidden world tucked behind those walls, reserved for a privileged few. Hidden codes and spaces might sound like secrets that spoil the magic. In reality, they highlight the lengths Disney goes to maintain an orderly, seamless experience. Next time you hear a seemingly random number on a cast member's walkie-talkie or notice a nondescript door in the corner of a restaurant, you'll know there's an entire system pulsing underneath the fantasy. There you have it, 10 secrets that reveal just how meticulously Disneyland is designed and operated. From the courteous two-finger point and the comforting lost adults trick, to signature training, strict grooming rules, and smell-powered storytelling, every detail serves the show. We learned that a rocket in Tomorrowland traces back to a controversial engineer, that hidden tunnels and cats keep the park running, and that there's a secret language of codes and exclusive spaces like Walt's apartment and Club 33. Which secret surprised you the most? Have you ever spotted a feral cat, noticed the smell of vanilla on Main Street, or heard a mysterious code word on a radio? Tell me in the comments. I love reading your stories. If you enjoyed this insider peek, please like and subscribe for more deep dives into Disney history and hidden details. Share this with a fellow Disney fan to spread the magic, and click on the next video for more secrets. Thanks for watching. Your adventure is just beginning.